Hello CMA Foundation students, I hope your exam went really well. In this video, I'm going to share with you the answers of business laws and business communication paper. So without delay, let's get into the paper. So question number 1. The decision of any High Court shall prevail over subordinate courts under the High Court, Union Territories, all state High Courts throughout the India. The right option is A. Subordinate courts under the High Court. Question number 2. Which among the following is a quasi-judicial body? District Court, Sessions Court, High Court, District Consumer Forum. The answer is D, because all the above are judicial bodies. Question number 3. Functions of the Parliament is to execute laws, give justice to people, make laws, give punishment. The answer is C, make laws. Question number 4. A bill becomes an act on assent of Prime Minister, Cabinet Committee, President of India, Solicitor General. The answer is C, President of India. Next, question number 5. What is a private bill? Bill introduced by a private citizen, bill introduced by a private company, a bill introduced by a member other than a minister, a bill relating affairs which are private to individual. The answer is C, a bill introduced by a member other than a minister. Sixth question. In normal course, contract ends with offer, proposal, promise, performance. The answer is D, performance. Question number 7. A contract between one existing company and one dissolved company is valid, void, voidable, any of the above. The answer is void. Question number 8. What is minor's liability if he is a party to a contract? Minor not liable till minority, minor is personally liable, minor's property is liable, none of the above. The answer is A. Minor is not liable till his minority. Next, question number 9. Contract to make a contract is also a contract, not a contract, none of the above is correct, both options are correct. The right answer is B. It's not a contract. Question number 10. You have got a job offer to be posted at Mumbai. Okay. You write back intimating that you can join provided you are posted at Kolkata. This amounts to rejection of the offer, acceptance of the offer, modification of the offer, none of the above. The right answer is A, rejection of the offer, because this amounts to unconditional acceptance. Got it? Next. Question number 11. Agreement with a person who is lunatic is valid, void, voidable, none of the above. The answer is B, void. In case of merger of A Limited with B Limited, all contracts pending with A Limited will continues to be valid and to be executed by B Limited. Revoked, terminated, becomes illegal. The answer is A, continues to be valid and to be executed by B Limited. In case of independent performance, only proposer will perform, only acceptor will perform, both the parties shall perform their part independent of each other, none of the above. The answer is C, both parties shall perform their part independent of each other. Next, question number 14. When both parties more or less have equal rights and liabilities in a contract, it is called dash contract. Bilateral contract, unilateral contract, formal contract, one-sided contract. The answer is A, bilateral contract. Question number 15. A job application by a person is only an information for the job to be done, offer for doing the job, invitation to start the job, offering his candidature. The right answer is D, offering his candidature. Question number 16. An understanding between two or more persons, not expressly a contract, but in the nature of contract, is called quasi-contract, contingent contract, illegal contract, formal contract. The answer is A, quasi-contract. Okay. Question number 17. A contract not performed by performer denotes performance, breach, abandonment of a contract, all of the above. The answer is breach. A contract is valid without consideration in a case of sale, gift, agency, both B and C above. The answer is gift and agency. So the right answer is D. Question number 19. A contract shall not be void if it is not against law, public policy, both above, none of the above. So generally the contract will be valid if it is against law or if it is against public policy. So if it is not against law or not against public policy, then the contract is not void. Nothing but the answer is C, both above. Question number 20. A wagering agreement in India is declared by the Indian Contract Act as illegal and void, void but not illegal, voidable at the option of the aggrieved party, immoral. The answer is B, void but not illegal. Question number 21. A sale between seller and buyer which requires goods to move from one state to another within the country will amount to interstate sale, intrastate sale, domestic sale, export sale. The answer is A, interstate sale. Agreement of sale dash agreement to sale precedes, succeeds, happens at the same time, are not related. See, agreement of sale nothing but contract of sale. Agreement to sell. First of all, there will be an agreement to sell. Thereafter, it will become a contract of sale. Nothing but agreement of sale. So, agreement of sale succeeds agreement to sell. Nothing but first there will be agreement to sell. Thereafter, agreement of sale. Nothing but contract of sale. So, the right option is B. Next, question number 23. Delivery of car keys by seller of a car to the buyer is symbolic delivery, actual delivery, constructive delivery, none of the above. The right answer is A, symbolic delivery. Next, question number 24. Delivery by the seller can be actual delivery, symbolic delivery, constructive delivery, any of the above. The answer is D, any of the above. Next, question number 25. Sale is not complete unless the possession and dash is transferred. Title, ownership, papers, none of the above. See, in my point of view, these options are not correct because title and ownership has the same meanings. So let's not answer this question and let's keep this aside. And I hope that institute will add a grace marks for this question. Okay. Next, question number 26. When a buyer's goods are sold based on sample, the goods shall conform to sample only, description only, both description and sample, none. The answer is A, sample only. Next, question number 27. The doctrine of caveat emptor is not applicable in the case of sale under a patent name, where the seller is guilty of fraud, in case of sale under a trade name, where the buyer relies on the skill and judgment of the seller. See, this question is also not correct because all these options are the exceptions to doctrine of caveat emptor. Nothing but all are correct. So, and even you find this question in the institute study mat also, where the answer will be B, where the seller is guilty of fraud. But I am not answering this. If you have answered B, well and good. Let's keep this one also aside because I assume that all options are correct for this question, right? Next, question number 28. The phrase nemo dat quod non habet means no one having right to sell, none can give something which he do not possess, everybody is having a different habit, none of the above. The answer is B, none can give something which he do not possess. Next, question number 29. An unpaid seller has right of lien on goods, stoppage of goods, resale, all of the above. The answer is yes, D, all of the above. Question number 30. Any stipulation essential to the main purpose in sales contract is called warranty, condition, price, after sale service. The right answer is B, condition. Next, the Negotiable Instruments Act was enacted in the year 1880, 1881, 1882, 1883. The answer is 1881. Question number 32. bank may refuse payment against a check if there is no balance in account, the signature of the drawer is not matching, stop payment instruction have been received, all or any of the above. The answer is D, all or any of the above. Next, question number 33. In course of negotiation, a bill goes from one person to other. They are called transferee, transferee in due course, holders, holders in due course. The answer is D, holders in due course. Next, question number 34. In case of check, the drawee is the account holder, in whose favor the check is issued, the bank, none of the above. The answer is C, the bank. Next, if a minor draws, endorses, delivers, or negotiates an instrument, such instrument binds all parties to the instrument except the minor, all parties to the instrument including the minor, only the minor and not other parties to the instrument, none of the above. The answer is A, all the parties to the instrument except the minor. Question number 36. Upon dishonor of a check, the payee can initiate legal action under section dash of the Negotiable Instrument Act. 137, 138, 175, 180. The answer is B, 138. Next, question number 37. In case of check, acceptance by drawee is must, not required, required if payee wants, required if drawer wants. The answer is B, not required. Next, question number 38. If the bill of exchange is payable after sight, the acceptance is necessary, not necessary, depends on drawee, none of the above. The answer is A, necessary. Next, question number 39. In case of promissory note, date is not required, required, at the wish of the drawer, none of the above. The answer is yes, it is required because it is one of the essential element of negotiable instruments. Also promissory note. Next, question number 40. Documents which are not specifically mentioned as negotiable instrument under the Act but are transferable as per the customs of trade are called quasi-negotiable instruments, not negotiable instruments, not considered as documents, semi-negotiable instruments. The answer is A, quasi-negotiable instruments. Now the English part, communication part. Question number 41. Which out of the following is a trial presentations? Seminars or conferences, presentation before clients for businesses, presentation before teachers for practice, all of the above. The answer is C. Next, question number 42. Which of the following are non-verbal communication? Facial expression, eye contact, gesture, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Okay. Next, question number 43. Which of the following is or are a constituent of the 7 C's of communication? A, completeness, B, clarity, C, concreteness, and D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Next, question number 44. Horizontal communication takes place between employees of the same status, executives and subordinates, both A and B, none of the above. The answer is employees of the same status. Next, question number 45. Which of the following communication has no interaction from the audiences? Speech, debate, discussion, deliberation. The answer is speech, A. Okay. Question number 46. A communication shall be considered as complete when listeners raise queries, listeners are satisfied, people don't listen, people don't understand. The option is B, listeners are satisfied. Question number 47. Communication between lawyer and client is internal and confidential, external and non-confidential, personal, internal, confidential, and professional. The right answer is D. Nowadays, mass communication is through print media, direct communication, telephonic communication, digital mode. The answer is D, digital mode. Next, Question number 49. Proper grammar comes under which C of communication? Coherence, completeness, correctness, courteous. The answer is C, correctness. Question number 50, your last question. Formal communication should be only verbal, only through email, telephonic, any mode recordable for future reference. The answer is D, any mode recordable for future reference. So done. So this is your law and communication paper. How many of your answers went correct? Comment down below. And now Gopi sir will share you the accounts paper answer, right? Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. So now it is accounting part. The MCQ number 51. Expenses incurred to obtain license for starting a new factory is, as it is one-time expenditure, we have to consider it as a capital expenditure. Because if it is recurring nature, then we have to account it as revenue expenditure. As it is one-time expenditure, consider it as a capital expenditure, and the correct option is A. The next framework of accounting has 4 pillars like conceptual framework, regulatory framework, institutional framework, legal framework. So there are 4 pillars of framework. Next, which of the following relationship is correct? So relationship about balance sheet. So in balance sheet we have to consider assets, liabilities and equity, nothing but owner's equity. So equity plus liability is equals to assets. So assets is equals to liabilities plus equity, and the correct option is C. Next, ledger folio column in the journal is filled at the time of a journal. In the journal proper, we are recording a transactions. So and the process of recording a transaction is called journalizing. So while journalizing, we will not post any amount or any number in the ledger folio, but in a second step of accounting cycle, like while posting the journal entries into ledger, we will use the reference of ledger folio column. That means ledger folio column in the journal is filled at the time of posting the recorded journal entries into the ledger. Next, the total of discount column appeared in the debit side of triple column cash book is posted to the, but triple column cash book contains cash column, bank column and discount column, and the discount column in that ledger is considered as a memorandum columns, nothing but rough columns, and those memorandum columns total amount will be posted in the respective ledgers. So as it is discount column appear in the debit side, so debit side nothing but it is a discount allowed, and that total amount shall be posted to the discount allowed account ledger debit side. So debit of discount allowed, and the correct option is option C. Next, MCQ number 56. Checks received from a debtor. Check received from debtor rupees 22,400, nothing but that is a receipt. Okay. Next, has been recorded as 24,200. So receipt recorded, actual receipt is 22,400, but we recorded it as 24,200. Now, while the same has been collected and credited by the bank 22,400. So bank did correctly, whereas cash book, instead of recording 22,400, we recorded 24,200. That means we recorded a higher receipt of rupees 24,200 minus 22,400, that is 1,800. We recorded a higher amount. Next, how should it be treated while drafting BRS? If the balance as per cash book is starting point, that means cash book is started with 24,200. We should get answer, that is passbook 22,400. Now in order to get 24,200 as 22,400, we have to deduct 1,800, right? So correct option is option A. Next, which of the following is or not true about trial balance? Here they are asking about not true, that means incorrect. It proves accounting accuracy. So trial balance is providing only arithmetical but not accounting accuracy, and it is a part of books of account. It is not part of books of account because trial balance provides only summary information. Summary information with respect to all ledgers. That means it is not a part of books of accounts, and it proves accounting accuracy, and it is mandatorily prepared. Preparation of trial balance is not mandatory. Just for the sake of preparing final accounts on an easy basis, entity prepare trial balance, but that is not mandatory. Without preparing trial balances, we can also we can prepare final accounts, right? So for that, correct option is D. Next, goods worth 24,000 taken by the proprietor for personal use. Anything from the business taken by the proprietor for personal use shall be debited to account called drawings account, right? Should be debited to drawings account. So correct answer is option B. Next, sale of office furniture has been credited to the sales account. In generally, sales account will be credited only when goods are sold. Here the sale of furniture, and here the furniture is not a good. Hence, we have to credit here furniture account. But instead of crediting furniture, accounted credited sales account. That means that is a error of principle, because here they treated it as a revenue item instead of capital item. So treating revenue as a capital or capital as a revenue, it comes under principal error, right? So option is B. Next, question 60. Obsolescence means decline in the value. Obsolescence nothing but updated. So because of outdated technology, outdated product or outdated asset will definitely depreciate. So decline because of obsolescence nothing but new market updates. That means so change in taste of the public, fashion, etc. All these are reasons for outdated, updated technology and outdated asset. Next, in a consignment, account sales is sent by. So in a consignment there are two parties, consigner and consignee. So consigner sent goods to consignee with a pro forma invoice, whereas consignee after completion of specific set of time period, he has to remit information about their business. So like how many units are left over in the business, and what's the value of stock, and how many goods were sold and what price. All this information will be provided by the consignee to the consigner in a document called account sales. That means account sales is sent by consignee to consigner. Correct option is C. Next, on March 31st, so on March 1st, 2024, Hardik of Ahmedabad consigned 300 bales of cotton to Karthik of Coimbatore, and the cost of cotton is 1,50,000, right? And which is to be sold at an invoice price, and that invoice price is 25% of profit on sales. That means if sale is 100, cost and profit. So 25% profit on sales nothing but if sale is 100, profit will be 25, then automatically cost will be 75, right? Like cost plus profit is equal to sale. Here cost plus loading is equal to invoice price. Sale price nothing but that is invoice price. And they have given in the question that 1,50,000 is a cost price, and 25% is a profit margin, that is loading element added to the cost, resulting into invoice price of 100. Now, by what amount should consignment to Coimbatore account be credited, not debited, it is credited, to account for the loading on goods and on consignment? So first of all, while preparing consignment account, we have to debit with goods sent on consignment with full invoice price. Full invoice price how much here? 1,50,000. So they have given percentage 25% on profit, right? So invoice price nothing but cost plus profit. So calculation is 1,50,000 divided by 75 into 100. That is invoice price. So 1,50,000 is equal to 75,000. That will be divided by. And next, we have to identify invoice price. So required is 100. So 1,50,000 divided by 75 into 100, you will get invoice price of rupees 2 lakhs. Now, difference between the cost and invoice price shall be cancelled by crediting the load in the consignment, right? So that means difference is 2 lakh minus 1,50,000. The correct option is option D. Next, 63. On January 1st, 24, Kalpit draws a bill worth rupees 3 lakhs. So bill value is 3 lakhs on Shivam for 3 months. So bill time period is 3 months. And Kalpit got that bill discounted on January 4th, 24 at 12% per annum. The rate of interest is 12%. What is the amount of discount on bill? Simple calculation, 3 lakhs into 3 months divided by 12 into 12%. So 3 lakhs into 3 by 12 into 12%. So correct option is, one second. So 3 lakhs into 12% into 3 divided by 12. That means correct option is 9,000. So 3 lakhs into 12% into 3 by 12. Next, 64. When a bill of exchange is honored, on the maturity date, the books of the drawee is to be debited. So drawee nothing but the person who is paying, right? Acceptor. So when he making honor, like when he making payment for settlement of bills payable, journal entry will be bills payable account debit to cash or bills payable account debit to bank. At any point of time in the books of drawee, always bills payable is debited at the time of honor. So that means bills payable account B, option B. Next, 65. What will be the accounting entry for goods taken over by co-venturer in case separate set of books of accounts are maintained? So whenever goods taken by the co-venturer, whenever there is a separate set of books of accounts, in the books of business, like joint venture business, will have to account it as a amount taken by the venturer. So that amount payable to the venturer will be decreased. Amount payable to venturer nothing but that is a liability credit balance. Now in order to decrease the liability, now we need to make debit the co-venturer account, and here the co-venturer account is debited only in option B. So co-venturer account debit, credit is with joint venture. Reason of debiting co-venturer is when the goods withdrawn taken by the owner from the business obligation towards owner will automatically reduce. So that's why credit balance of the venturer will be debited. So correct option is B. Next, joint venture account is in the nature of, it's in the nature of nominal account. So because a joint venture account is debited with all expenses, credited with all incomes. So that's the reason why nominal account. Next, memorandum joint venture is prepared. So whenever there is a no separate set of books of accounts, we have two options. Like we can follow either transactions, all transactions recorded by the co-venturer, or else co-venturer will be recorded only with own transactions. Oh, here memorandum joint venture account is prepared for the purpose of calculation of entire profit of the business. So to ascertain the profit or loss of the business, nothing but venture. Next, a work in progress simple question gets reflected in which of the following component of the financial statements of the manufacturing entity? So work in progress is something which is related to manufacturing account, because trading account is nothing but that is for identification of gross profit. So we have to consider only finished goods. In case of manufacturing account, objective of the manufacturing account is to identify cost of goods manufactured, right? So work in progress item will be recorded only one account, that is manufacturing account. Done. So option number, sorry, for 68 MCQ, option is A. Next, coming to 69th MCQ, the balance of depreciation plant account appeared in the trial balance. If at all any ledger is appeared in the trial balance, that means that entry with respect to that transaction already recorded. That means depreciation entry regarding the depreciation account, debit asset account already recorded. So as a result of that recorded transaction, depreciation appeared in the trial balance, and now the pending ledger journal entry will be only closing of depreciation. So straight away close the depreciation by transferring to P&L, but not deducted from the asset, because if the depreciation appear in the trial balance itself, that automatically already adjusted with the asset. Again, no need to deduct from the plant. That means it is debited to only profit and loss account. Why profit and loss account? Means it is regarding the indirect expenses. Next, MCQ 70. An asset having physical existence is known as tangible asset. Simple. Next, in Arjun's garment business for the year 23-24, value of stock in trade 1st April and 31st March. That means opening and closing. So opening and closing they have given 2 lakh 50 and 2 lakhs. Purchases during the year was 9 lakh 50, and they have given rate of gross profit 30% on cost of goods sold. What is the sales value? We already know the formula of cost of goods sold, right? So opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock is equals to cost of goods sold. Opening stock given is 2.5 lakhs plus purchase given 9.5 lakhs minus closing stock given is 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh 50,000 plus 9 lakh 50,000 minus 2 lakhs, that is equals to 10 lakhs, and this 10 lakhs is cost of goods sold, and the profit percentage on cost of goods sold given is 30%. So into 30%, so profit is 3 lakhs, that is profit, and they have tested about sales. That means cost of goods sold plus profit sales, that is equals to 3 lakhs, 13 lakhs, and the correct option is option A. Next, 72. The amount of donation received by the charitable organization for a specific purpose. So in generally donations are of two types: specific donation, general donation. If it is general donation, entity is having flexibility to usage of that donation amount, whereas the donation is for a specific purpose, there is an obligation to the entity that it has to income for that purpose to which it is received. That means entity should recognize it as a liability, and the option is D. Next, 73. Which of the following is the income statement for a not-for-profit organization? And everyone knows that. Now, NPO will prepare receipts and payments, income and expenditure, and balance sheet. Income and expenditure is something which depicts a profit, nothing but surplus or deficit. So, option is B. Next, 74. A simple adjustment, NPO adjustment only. A social club received a subscription, actually received is 1,19,000 in cash during the year. That is current year actual receipt. Current year actual receipt. And ascertain the amount of subscription to be credited to income and expenditure. That means the examiner is asked to amount of income credited to income and expenditure while preparing income and expenditure, how much amount of subscription you recorded in a credit side of income and expenditure. That means you have to adjust for the adjustments given. Arrear subscription, nothing but outstanding. If at all the outstanding is for the year, we have to add it to the income because that is related to current year but not received. But income and expenditure account, something which is also called as revenue account, we have to consider all current year items irrespective of receipt or not. So that means current year outstanding amount year ending is 23,000, whereas last year outstanding not yet received in the last year but received in the current year, as it is not related to the current year, we have to deduct. So amount is 17,000. So 1,19,000 plus 23,000 minus 17,000, and the result is 1,25,000. So option is A. Next, receipts and payments account of a not-for-profit by nature. So receipts and payments account is same as cash book. That means cash account is a real account, right? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit, receipt, credit, payment. So option D. Next, all revenue, receipts and expenditures are shown in. All revenue, receipts and expenditures are shown in. Listen careful while reading capital and revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure is nothing but amount which are related to balance sheet, whereas revenue natures are the ledger account should be closed at the end of the year by transferring to trading or a P&L. So option D is correct. Next, if the opening capital is 18 lakhs, closing capital is 22 lakhs, and the drawings are 8 lakhs, what is the amount of profit for the year? Simple. While preparing balance sheet, in a liability side, opening capital 18 lakhs plus current year profit that we have to identify minus drawings, how much given? 18 lakhs. Closing capital given is 22 lakhs. Now to calculate profit, we have to transfer all these amounts to the opposite side, nothing but 22 lakhs plus 8 lakhs minus 18 lakhs, and the correct option is option A. Next, MCQ 78. Noting charges paid by the dash of the bill are to be reimbursed by. Noting charges are the charges paid for evidence of dishonor, and the evidence of dishonor will be paid by the holder of the bill because he has to prove that this bill got dishonored. But the point is, reason for dishonor is drawee, right? Nothing but who is accepted that bill. So reimbursement, original amount shall be borne by the acceptor, whereas actually initially paid by the holder. And the option is B, holder and acceptor, paid by holder, and he will be reimbursed by acceptor because he is the reason for dishonor, right? Next, 79. Amount of yearly depreciation of written down value method. Name itself saying that it is a written down value method, nothing but depreciation will be decreased year on year. So correct option is D. Which of the following is a basic objective of the accounting? And all these are the objectives of accounting, and in addition to these three objectives, one more is providing information to the user. Providing information to the user, that is also objective of the accounting. Next, if the incomes are 27,500 and the deficit debited to capital fund is 2,600, then the expenditures are deficit, nothing but expense are more than income, right? So minus expense minus income is equals to deficit. Deficit they have given 2,600, we have to identify expense, but income they have given 27,500. Now to calculate expense, 2600 plus 27,500. So that means the correct option is option D. Next, what is the value of sundry creditors at the end of the year? They have given that we need to identify end of the year creditor. That nothing but is a missing information. So for that, in order to identify easily, we have to prepare sundry creditor account. So sundry creditor account nothing but that is a liability payable credit balance. So opening sundry creditors given is 19,000, buy balance brought down. Next, cash paid to sundry creditor. Journal entry for that is sundry creditor account debit to cash. So debit side to cash 54,800. And next, discount received rupees 1,000. We received discount from sundry creditor. That means we no need to pay amount to the creditor, and that will be income to us, and there is a reduction in liability. Journal entry will be discount received from the creditor, sundry creditor account debit to discount received. So debit side to discount received 1,000, and we purchased goods on a credit basis. Journal entry for purchase of goods on a credit is purchase account debit to sundry creditor. So that means credit side 61,200. Now, if you balance this ledger, 61,200 plus 19,000 is 80,200 minus 54,800 minus 1,000. So balance is 24,400, and the correct option for a closing balance of creditor is D, 24,400. Next, in an overdraft balance as per cash book, they have given overdraft balance as per cash book. A check rupees 3,655 deposit into bank, not recorded in the cash book. That means as it is deposited, nothing but receipt. Receipt entered in passbook. Passbook shows more. And they have given in the overdraft balance as per cash book. Passbook shows more. In generally, if the given balance is favorable, to identify balance as per passbook, we have to add. As the given balance is unfavorable, here in this case, we have to deduct instead of adding to the passbook. So the correct option is deducted by 3,655. And next, life membership fee received by the club is a capital receipt, obviously, because that is a one-time payment. And next, last MCQs of the accounting part, that is sales return book is a, so sales return is a subsidiary book. Subsidiary book nothing but it is a subdivision of journal. Nothing but sales book is a part of the journal. So this is about accounting part MCQs, financial accounting part, and next part will be discussed by Rajkiran sir, that is costing part. Then
Hi everyone, now we are going to discuss the costing part. So first 86, CA7 deals with, of course it is related with employee cost. Sir, why not material cost? Material cost is something which will be discussed in CAS6, and production and operations overheads will be discussed in 3, CS3, and pollution control cost is something which is related with the CAS14. So CS7 is related with employee cost. The correct answer is B. And coming to the question number 87, which method of the cost is appropriate for pharmaceutical industries? Like while manufacturing or else producing the drugs, generally production of drugs need multiple processes. It has to undergo multiple processes. That's why we'll use the process costing. And moreover, contract costing will be used only in case of a construction businesses, and job costing will be used only in cases of unique like products or else unique services, and operating costing will be used only in case of a service industries. So that's where the correct answer is option A. And coming to 88th question, in case of dash costing, the main objective is to ascertain the costs that have been incurred in the past. Past means it has been already occurred in the past, which is nothing but a history, past. So that's why here the costing technique which we use is historical costing. The past name itself is telling, sir, history. That's why historical costing, which is the appropriate cost unit for the cement industry. So obviously the correct answer is B. So generally cement will be measured in kgs, or else if at all it is in a larger quantities, then it will be measured in tons. So metric tons. And moreover, this ton kilometers will be used in the transport services business. So transport, in case of a transport industry, we are going to use these ton kilometers, and megawatts, of course, that will be used in the power sector. So obviously the correct answer is a metric ton. And dash is the device for the purpose of breaking up costs into smaller subdivisions attributable to the products or services. It is a direct definition which is related with the cost unit. If at all you have any doubt about the correct answers, and again I am providing here the page numbers of our ICMA material. You can go through these page numbers, then you will get the clarity about that particular concept. But as of now, it's the definition which is given in page number 295. It is the definition of cost unit. As you can see, the example, the cost unit is related with this 89th point as well. Here in case of a cement industry, the total cost will be bifurcated into cost per metric ton. Here the metric ton will be called as a cost unit. In case of a education industry, the total cost will be divided into smaller components as cost per student. Here per student, student is a cost unit. So likewise, we have to split the cost into different subcategories like smaller units, which is called as a cost per unit. So are we clear? And after that, 91th question. Which of the following is the classification of costs by function? So of course the correct answer is option C, production cost, administration cost, selling and distribution. These are the splitting of the cost, like classification of the cost in terms of a function. Then what about option A? Option A is a classification of a cost, no doubt, but which is with respect to the variability. It is based on the variability. And coming to the B bit, it is based on the nature of expense. Coming to the D bit, it is based on the traceability. So the correct answer is option C, which is based on the function in terms of production, administration, selling and distribution overheads. And coming to the next bit, 92. Cost accounting standards are issued by, of course, the cost accounting standards will be issued by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. If at all it is an accounting standard, then that will be issued by ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. But it is related with cost accounting standards. That's why it will be issued by Institute of Cost Accountants of India. And after that, calculate the value of a closing inventory of the finished good from the given data. Cost of goods sold is 3,60,000. Cost of production is 3,40,000, and value of opening inventory of the finished goods is 1,80,000. It is a question which is related with the cost sheet, starting from cost of production to cost of goods sold. With the help of that concept, we can easily solve the solution. So cost of production plus opening stock of a finished good minus closing stock of a finished good will ultimately get a cost of goods sold. So cost of production plus opening stock of finished good minus closing stock of a finished good is equal to cost of goods sold. It has been represented in a statement, and after that they have given the information that cost of production is 3,40,000. We'll substitute the same thing here, plus opening stock of a finished good. So opening stock of a finished good, open inventory kitna hai? 1,80,000. And coming to the next one, minus we have to consider closing stock of a finished good. Unfortunately, that is the missing figure. And coming to the RHS, cost of goods sold kitna hai? 3,60,000. So RHS we need to consider 3,60,000. And ultimately we have to send this closing stock of a finished good to the right side because that is the missing figure. And we are going to send this 3,60,000 to the left side. So 3,40,000 plus 1,80,000 minus 3,60,000. Ultimately we'll get 3,40,000 plus 1,80,000 minus 3,60,000. That is equal to kitna aega? Closing stock of a finished good is equal to 1,60,000, and the correct answer is 1,60,000, sir. Option number B. And coming to the next one, 94th question. Dash overheads are the costs incurred in handling a product or service from the time it is ready for dispatch. It has to be dispatched or else it has to be delivered until it reaches the ultimate customer. And ultimately we have to deliver the goods to the customer. Delivering the good means the distribution of a good. So that's why the cost incurred for sake of a delivery will be treated as a distribution cost, or else we call it as a distribution overhead. That's why the correct answer is D. And coming to the 95, dash costs are the nature, hypothetical or notional cost. It is a direct definition of imputed cost. In simple terms, imputed cost is another name for notional cost. And coming to the 96, chargeable expenses are also known as. As we all know, expenses are classified as direct expenses and indirect expenses. Indirect expenses, another name is overheads. Direct expenses, another name is chargeable expenses. Ultimately, on a whole, chargeable expenses are another name of the direct expenses. That's where the correct answer is D. And one more thing, A and C are anyhow same. Indirect expenses means overheads. Again, B also, it is a component of overheads, one of the overheads, production overheads. A, B, C are wrong. The correct answer is D, direct expenses. And coming to the 97th bit, dash is the value of the best alternative course of the action that was not chosen. And a simple, sir, it is a definition of opportunity cost. What is the meaning of opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is nothing but the profit foregone by not choosing the next best alternative. Okay, the same thing, sir. If at all we are foregoing the next best alternative, there will be something loss of a profit. That loss of a profit by not choosing that next best alternative is known as an opportunity cost. So the correct answer is D bit for the 97th question. And coming to the 98, batch costing followed in which industry? Of course, one of the beautiful example of batch costing is toys manufacturing. So the correct answer is A. Sir, why not B, C, D? B case, interior decoration. Interior decoration differs from project to project, job to job. That's why every job will be having a unique features. So that is the reason job costing has to be used in case of interior decoration. Chemical industry, of course, under any chemical industry, we are going to use the process costing because they will be having a multiple processes. And coming to the next one, road transport industry. Road transport, it is nothing but a service industry. In case of a service industry, tell me which method we have to use, sir? Operating costing. So job costing, process costing, operating costing. And coming to the toys manufacturing, of course, it is related with batch costing because toys are produced in a batch wise. And coming to the next one, 99th question, variable costs are fixed per unit. Of course, we all know that variable costs are fixed per unit. And what about the A bit, sir? Variable costs are not fixed per a period. Of course, if product increases, production increases, correspondingly variable cost will also be increased. But fixed costs will remain same for a particular period. Let us take an example, rent 10,000 per month we say. That is the reason they are fixed for a particular period. That is in our example, that is 1 month. So that's why rent we call it as a fixed cost. So here the costs are, if at all fixed for a period, we would have called it as a fixed cost. But here the costs are fixed per unit. That's why we are calling it as a variable cost. Simple, sir, variable costs are fixed per unit. And coming to the next one, 100th bit, last one. Direct material and direct wages are 2,32,000 and 2,05,000 respectively. If the factory overheads are 60% of the direct wages, then what is the factory cost? Simple, sir, direct material 2,32,000. It is something which is related with cost sheet format. Direct wages 2,05,000. Total kitna aega? 2,32,000 plus 2,05,000. We get 2,28,000. We call it as prime cost. And after that we have to add something, that is factory overhead. Then we'll land at a factory cost. Then what about factory overheads, are simply it is 60% of direct wages. So 2,05,000 into 60%, we are going to get 2,05,000 into 60% is 1,23,000. Total 1,23,000 plus 2,28,000, we get, sorry, 2,32,000 plus 2,05,000, we get 4,37,000. And after that plus factory overhead, we get 1,23,000. Ultimately we'll get the factory cost of 5,60,000. The correct answer is A bit. Okay, thank you all.